Everything perfect. And oh my gosh, we're on. This is it. This is Morehead Tonight. Please hold your applause. That's great. No, we'll put applause in post. It'll be fine. Oh, please. Oh, everyone, please. Here we are. First episode of the first ever late night show in the history of Morehead State University. Probably the last, but hey, we won't let that get in the way of us having fun. Plenty of laughs, plenty of tears. I'll provide the tears, and somebody will provide laughter, I'm sure, at some point. So let's get to it. Morehead Tonight starts now. Thank you very much. Welcome to Morehead Tonight. I am your host, William Adams, and we are here. We have done it. We have made it to the first episode. I have nothing planned. That's all I have. Good night. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Of course, we have things planned. We have jokes and things that are supposed to be like jokes. We have a huge studio audience here. People just hanging from the rafters and stuff. You can't hear them because, it's quiet in here, and we can't have noise. Shh, be quiet. Calm down. No, I'm kidding. We do have some people in here. Most of them are held here against their will, but that's fine. It's fine. They'll be all right. If you do hear weeping during the show, it's because, they miss their families. Who cares? Get over it. No, I'm kidding. No one's here against their will. We're all pals here. We're all going to go to Steak and Shake after this is done. That's a lie. We're not really going to do that. Do we have a Steak and Shake here? We were supposed to have a Steak and Shake at A Duck. I don't know if that's ever been put in. It will eventually, I'm sure. Actually, I still remember the first time I went to Steak and Shake when I was a senior in high school. The name confused me because I thought there would be steaks there, and there are not. There are shakes, but no steaks, which is kind of confusing. I mean, it'd be like Kentucky Fried Chicken without chicken, or Burger King without burgers, or Taco Bell without diarrhea. It makes no sense whatsoever of why we do that. One episode in, we're like 4 minutes in, and we had our first diarrhea joke. That's good. That's great. That's where the bar has been set for this. So if you're already tuned in now. You might as well stay for the rest of it. We got a lot of stuff planned. We have some segments from Michaela Collins, Nick Salyers, Jaden Swiger, and we have Chaz Jenkins as well is going to be on the show. Stephen Middleton's going to be here. I think I said that. If I said that twice, then we'll just enjoy him twice. And a lot more fun, so stick around. We'll be right back after this.
Taking place at the Claypool Young Art Building, Morehead State University's Department of Art and Design is home to a number of programs and classes. You can take courses in painting, drawing, graphic design, history, photography, and more. You can even obtain a degree in art education or a Bachelor of Fine Arts. To find out more about the Department of Art and Design, you can call 606-783-2766 or email arde@moreheadstate.edu.
Welcome back. Welcome back to Morehead Tonight. Moving right along here. Nothing has caught fire yet, so that's good. I just kind of want to take a second to explain what this show is just for a split second. We do have students that are working on the show, producing segments, hilarious segments, for Morehead Tonight, and each one's going to have a different theme. And our theme for this episode is student life. And so we have a segment produced by Michaela Collins and Nick Salyers that kind of speaks to that. Let's take a gander.
Here we have the boys of West Manon showing us the different types of roommates you may encounter. What type of roommate are you?
Nick, dude!
All right. Thank you very much, Nick and Michaela. We do appreciate that. We have a lot more show coming up, so please stay tuned. Welcome back to Morehead tonight. Much more show here coming up. Actually, with us right now, one of our producers, Chaz Jenkins, is right here. There he is, Chaz Jenkins, also known as Chad Jennings. That's not true at all. Now, Chaz, I have heard that you actually have been working on a pilot that you want to get aired next semester.
I got this great idea for a show where I help college students with DIY tips and little tips and tricks to get them through the heavy burden that is college life.
I heard you filmed this just now on a cell phone. I'm kind of concerned, but let's take a look.
What up? It's your man, Chef Boyardee, here to bring you college students out there some excellent tips on college life. Today's theme is pasta, food pasta. Now what you need to do, I have 3 simple tips for you to how to figure this out. Tip 1, get a job. Step 2, earn that money. Step 3, buy yourself some cheaply produced but affordable food. We have some instant mac and cheese and some beef. So we're gonna start with ramen. First thing you need to do with your ramen is crush it up. Then you take it and you put it in a pot. Let's go over here. So what's next is you get yourself big old pot, you put it under water. Camera guy, get a shot of this. Isn't that good? Then we come over here, we get it on the stovey stove, and we turn on the stove. I don't know how to turn the stove on. As you can see, we got this big old bowl of boiling. Now it's time to add our noodles. First, what you do is sweep up your noodles that you've just got all over the... Slide. Delicious. So after you get it to boiling and nice and crispy, you gotta take it off the stove. So we turn the stove off. Move it off the stove. Now we gotta strain it. So I couldn't find the strainer, but I had to improvise. Well, I found the strainer. And we're done! Camera, I get a wide up close-up shot of that beautiful, delicious ramen pasta. Now the piece de resistance. Now to finally finish off our beef ramen pasta. Bon appetit.
All right, that was one of the worst things I've ever seen.
What? That was beautiful.
I heard you shot that on a cell phone. It was pretty much like a flip phone, I think. I'm not sure.
It added to the realism.
Here's what's real. I'm pretty sure that's not going to get picked up for next semester.
You're just a hater.
Have that feeling. All right, we're going to take a break. We're going to get things back on track here. We'll be right back with Stephen Middleton right after the break. Stay with us. All right, we are back here on Morehead tonight, and it is time for our first ever guest. He is a documentarian, a professor, somehow a colonel. I'm unsure how that happened. Mr. Steve Middleton is here.
Thank you.
Yes, oh, please, everyone, please, quiet down. It's so loud in here. I don't even understand how we fit this many people into the studio. It's so, I mean, it's...
Well, the traffic to get here was terrible.
Yeah, well, I mean, you know, normally the streets of Morehead are so open and free. It's great.
It's a big day.
It is a big day because it's the first day of Morehead tonight. You're here. You're with us. This is, if I'm not mistaken, your 22nd semester here at Morehead State.
22nd. That's
22.
Right.
That's a nice.
If you add a couple summer sessions in there, I think it would come up to 23. But yeah, 22 semesters. That's a long time to be employed in higher education.
That is. That's longer than some of us make it in any kind of education, really, when you think about it. But. So you were a student here. You started out
many
as
years
a
ago.
Student.
That's right.
How did you get here? Are you you're not originally from here, right?
I was the last person in the room when they needed to hire someone, and they said, "We need to hire someone. Hire that man. He's the only one here." That's pretty much the way it went.
I also got a job that way once. I did not keep that job, and that's why I'm here.
If you do something long enough, people might actually think you know what you're talking about.
That's true. I find that works, especially if you have a suit on. I found that out today, that people just...
People will hold doors for you if you're wearing a sports jacket.
That's all I want. Now, were you a student here?
Many years ago, yeah. So, goodness, 2000, year 2000, 2004, I was a student.
I have vague memories of those years.
Well, they were odd times, you know. Going to college in pre-9/11 years is an odd thing, and it's extremely odd to think about. You know, we didn't have smartphones. I remember the university email system was so archaic even then that you could still get away with the excuse of, I can't figure out how to check my email when professors would email you. We didn't even use Blackboard. We would handwrite assignments.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
That's great. You would chisel them out on tablets. That works really good. So where are you originally from? You're not from Kentucky, right?
No, it's a long story. I've
no.
lived in a lot of different places. When I was a kid, I actually went to 12 different schools.
Wow.
And mostly lived in the Southwest. Lived in Battle Mountain, Nevada for a while, which is a tiny little town outside of Winnemucca. You know where Winnemucca is,
of course,
right?
yes. You know, the summers there.
I lived in Henderson, Nevada for a while, which is outside of Las Vegas. I even lived in the Railroad Pass Hotel and Casino for several months as a kid.
Yes. Well, as we all have.
Oh, sure. Yeah. And then moved to Wickenburg, Arizona, and I lived in Wickenburg, Arizona until my family moved to Kentucky when I was in high school.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And so that all roads somehow led to Morehead State University.
Pretty much, you know, and I never was the greatest student. And so I was lucky to even go to college, to be
that's
honest.
true.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, I think that at the time that was the motto of the college. Just come on, whatever. You know, we've developed it now to much more, but now it's just come on, whatever. You know. So now you're here. You're you know, honestly, you're in the CVM department here, helping out. You're co-host of Art This, of Major Minute with.
And co-producer.
And co-producer, of course.
Those.
Yes, that adds on a couple zeros on the
That's
page.
right. That's right.
You and John Modev are co-hosts for that. But what you're kind of known for, at least outside of the university, as a documentarian.
Well, you know, I've made 12 documentary films.
Yeah.
About 5 of them are okay. So
well, I mean, you know, that's not bad.
My favorite documentary filmmaker was Werner Herzog. When I was a kid, and I would find Werner Herzog movies. He made so many films that you would always find a new one you haven't seen, and some of them would be just awful. And I thought, I want to do it like this. I want to just have all of these things, and one day someone's going to be like, "How many did you make?" And I'm going to say, "Well, 52." Oh wow, why that many? I don't know, but
That's good.
There's 3 or 4 of them that are okay.
That's right. So, do you think of yourself as a educator who makes documentaries? Are you a documentarian who teach?
You know, that's a good question. I don't often get a chance to talk about myself, and it's kind of awkward. But there's really only 2 things I ever wanted to do in my life, and that was play music and make movies.
Okay.
And so
now you're making movies.
you know, it's all relative. You know, I work, I get paid, I can afford to buy things to make movies. And
That's good.
and I enjoy talking to nice young people like yourself. And people in
You
the
pay the bills.
classrooms.
All right, so you're a documentarian. If you can make one documentary about one person, you get full access to this person, living or dead. Who is it?
Oh my, that's
do we have?
difficult.
I have to ask one big question before we leave.
Probably John Hartford
Okay.
or Jerry Garcia, one or the other. Yeah.
That works. Okay. Well, you know, this has been a success. Nothing has caught fire during our first interview here. I don't know how.
There's smoke over there.
Yeah,
No.
well, you know, that's been here for a while. But we have. I don't know how to wrap up. I do have this though. If we
Well,
could get
you
the
can cut
shot.
to the monkey.
We do have a monkey
the ape,
here.
Sorry, if he's a chimp.
If you want
then-
to end the interview by touching my monkey, you can. I've given you permission. If that's something. Look at that. There we go. Mr. Steve Middleton, ladies and gentlemen. We will be right back with more Morehead Tonight right after this. Stay there. All right, welcome back to Morehead Tonight. Our thanks to Stephen Middleton. Unfortunately, we have Chaz Jenkins back here with us. I heard that during the break, during the interview, you actually filmed part 2.
I didn't think it lived up to the original vision I had, so I had to film more. It's now perfect. You got to trust me on this.
I'm almost afraid to do this, but let's see what you have.
What up? I'm back. It's your boy, Chef Boyardee, here for the second part of this pasta-themed DIY college life food tips. Instamac. I love it. You love it. If you hate it, you're probably a communist. But that's okay. We accept all here. Just freaking rip that crap off. Now what's easy about this stuff is that there's just instructions right on the side. I've memorized them by hand. We can show you how it's done. So now we put this delicious delicacy in the microwave.
All right, I'm just going to stop. Are you just going to dance in front of a microwave for 3 minutes while this
I mean, I guess you have to have an IQ of 200 to understand the complexity of that, but yeah, it's beautiful, right?
No.
I'm sorry, man, then just you aren't that smart. I'm sorry.
I am smart enough to know this. We're going to take a break. We're going to come back. We're going to close up shop right after this in the first episode of Morehead Tonight. That was really bad. That was so bad.
Hi, I'm Jay Morgan, president of Morehead State University. You're watching MSU TV.
All right, that's it for our first episode. We're done. Are you glad for that monkey? Yeah, look at that. Monkey's glad. I don't know why I have a monkey. I just do. So, what did we learn today on this show? Not much. We learned that Stephen Middleton once lived in a casino. We learned that Chaz Jenkins owns a flip phone. And we learned that somehow I tricked someone into giving me a late-night talk show here at Morehead State University. I'm not sure how that happened. That's all we have right now. So signing off for Morehead Tonight, I'm William Adams. And until next time, make good decisions. We'll see you.
Yo, I ain't here for the money, I ain't here for the fame. Though it might be nice to own a jet plane, I'ma do it all for you. Come along.